They say opposites attract. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the best bed for couples. You like a bed that feels firm, but they want soft? Sleep Number does that. You want to sleep cooler while they like to feel warm? Sleep Number does that too. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition Smart Bed plus special financing. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
Hi, can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm preparing vegetables for sandwiches. We finished the onions, and now we're on the tomatoes.
בת כמה את?
10.
ומה את עושה?
מכינה סנדוויצ'ים.
This is the biggest pile of chuma, which is a spread made of hot peppers and garlic and olive oil that I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if you understand. This is about 40 kilos of that, and that's some spicy stuff. So I hope the soldiers are like spicy food.
How many tomatoes have you cut?
Wow, I think maybe 5,000. I don't know.
What do you do in normal times?
Teaching math for students.
And how did you think of volunteering here?
I felt bad with myself that I'm doing nothing to help. And then I searched for all kind of volunteering. And I like this coffee, משק Offaim. And I wanted to make something nutritious for the soldiers, not only junk food. So I like the idea.
Hey listeners, it's Mishi. So as you know, during these incredibly difficult days, we're trying to bring you voices we're hearing among and around us. These aren't stories, they're just quick conversations or postcards really, that try to capture slivers of life right now. We're obviously not the only ones doing this kind of work. Go to our website, israelstory.org, for a list of other projects collecting wartime stories and testimonies. You know, what fills me and many, many others with hope during these dark times is, of course, the way in which Israeli civil society has risen to the occasion. Tens and hundreds of thousands of ordinary people of every possible social group have dropped everything and are, each in his or her own way, big or small, trying to pitch in, to volunteer, to help. Yesterday we heard from Ofer Tamir, who came down from Naalal in the north to Kibbutz Kisufim on the border with Gaza in order to evacuate cows. And today we'll hear from 44-year-old Hedai Offaim, a chef, a farmer, and a truly inspiring social entrepreneur. Okay, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Hedai Offaim. I'm one of the founders and co-owners of the Offaim Model Farms for Sustainable Agriculture. We grow from seed to table anything between free-range organic eggs to dairy products of organic goats, fruit, vegetables. We make our own jams, olive oils, honey, and everything. And we also own the farm stores and the farm cafes and restaurants in which we sell our produce.
And where are we now?
Right now, we are in one of our locations in Jerusalem. It is called the Hansen House, which was a lepers colony about 150 years ago. And we operate a cafe and a farm shop in it, as well as a bar. This is one of our larger locations, so we are currently operate it as a relief kitchen, as a relief center for families of victims, for families of kidnapped, for soldiers in the front, medical teams, volunteers, and anyone who needs fresh, healthy food from this operation, supported by almost 750 volunteers, a lot of people who are bringing in anything from onions to money to support the effort. And we've been doing it from October 8th, so meaning from Sunday, right after the war broke. I woke up on Saturday morning from the sirens, waking up my kids and going down to the bomb shelter that we have in our house. At the beginning we thought it was just, another harassment But slowly, because we have a lot of friends in the area of that surrounds Gaza, we started to understand what's going on. At 11, I already called the unit. Nobody answered me, my army unit. I discovered after that they were all involved in the fighting because they are a reconnaissance unit. So they were the first ones to arrive at the fighting area. And unfortunately, we lost 6 members of my army unit in the first couple of hours. And then I started calling anyone I know, and I said, I'm coming. Where should I come? And they said, wait home. And then they said, we have so many younger and more trained people than you at this point.
And you were disappointed that you weren't called up for reserve duty?
You know, when a war effort begins or when there's an attack, you immediately think of the first thing needed, which is immediate protection. And immediate protection is with the army or with security forces. I was a soldier for quite a long time in an elite reconnaissance unit, and I was an officer, and I served over 6 years to begin with, and then reserves all those years. I have since stopped doing reserves because I got older and I was less needed. And I also, in the daily life in Israel, I did not feel comfortable with a lot of not feel comfortable is an understatement. I opposed a lot of what my government has done on my behalf with regards to controlling another people and with regards to the efforts that were made not in the right direction, not in the direction of peace. But then again, the minute something like this happened, which is so immediate, which is so straightforward, which is so black and white, I do not have any equivalence. I do not have any symmetry in this. I do not see them as freedom fighter. I do not. This is pure fundamentalistic ideology and evil. Then I would do anything needed to protect my immediate family. It's my immediate circle of friends. It's my immediate community. So so I was hoping to be recruited, but then I decided I'll pull my weight somewhere else. And I do feel that currently what we are doing probably at least equals what I would have done in the army had I gone. So Sunday early morning, we just came into our shops and restaurants and started taking out all of the things that we already had prepared and pack them and process them and send them to soldiers just as a grassroots initiative. And we started really with our own team who all just jumped in to volunteer. And then we understood we're going to need infrastructure. So we built a volunteer organization, and we have an NGO to collect funds, etc. And we're building it day by day, hopefully not for long. I have to say that like us, there are hundreds and thousands of initiatives, and we all work together. The level of sympathy and of collegiality between the organizations and between the people, who some of them I've known for many years, but many of them are from a completely different section of the Israeli society. These are people that I wouldn't have met in any other way. Everybody's doing something, and we just know that we need to pull our own weight. Nobody else is going to do it for us. We are the state. There isn't a state and us. There isn't a government and us. We are not here to wait to be served. But then again, we are only making food. People need weapons. People need shelters. People need humanitarian support. People need psychological support. We are the fuel, but we are not the essence. And we all work together.
And where is the food going?
Almost everywhere. Starting with evacuated communities, which are dislocated into hotels or villages across the country. Families that are sitting Shiva, that are mourning, or families of hostages that are kept together in hotels or different. A lot of it is going to soldiers and reserve soldiers around Gaza and in the northern border. And a lot is going to volunteers that are doing days and nights in Magen David Adom, hospitals, civil society, volunteers that are operating a lot of the first command rooms, aid organizations. So we try and send everybody. We have demand which is 3 times or 4 times more than we can even produce.
how much are you producing?
We're producing about 10,000 meals a day.
And what is a meal?
A meal would be anything from, couscous with fish bowls and vegetables and a salad and tahini and what's not. There's a lot of sandwiches, healthy, big, nutritious sandwiches that also we send with some, baked goods and pastries, etc. So it depends what they need and where they are.
And do you hear back from the people eating the food?
Yes, constantly. We get, I can show you on my cell phone. It's ridiculous. People are very, very heart-warmed by this and grateful. And we feel that this is look, we're doing it for two reasons. One, people need to be fed. But not less importantly, people need to make food. We need this at least as much as the people to whom we send the food needs this. The rabbi from Kotsk said, words that comes out of the heart gets into the heart of others, but especially into the heart of those who said them. So when we send something, when it echoes in the messages we get back from the people who receive them, it works back on our heart. And that's the story, I think.
Can you show me inside?
Of course. Yeah, so right now we're in the main hall, which usually serves as the cafe. So these are the cafe tables that everybody is gathered around. You see about 30 people right now in here, and then there's more in the kitchen and more in the packing room and more in the sorting of the produce that arrives. This group is making vegetable salads, fresh tomatoes and cucumbers and onions and mint leaves and what's not with olive oil and lemon. This group is making sandwiches with organic goat cheese. This group over there is making fricassee, which is a Tunisian sandwich with tuna and eggs and pickled lemons, etc. It's the food that I would make my children. This guy, by the way, is a almost doctor. He's finishing his medical school, right now. And because he's in between shifts, they didn't need him at the hospital. And he came back here. He was a chef here. He was a cook here when he was a student some 5 or 6 years ago. And he just showed up and said, I'm in the kitchen, whatever is needed. And he's here 18 hours a day. And so many are like him. People have left homes, have left schools, have left work.
And everyone is a volunteer?
Every single one. Every single one.
It's incredible.
It is, you know what? It's what I would have expected. It's incredible and expected at the same time. We are an incredible people.
Hedai, how can people get involved?
Volunteering is always good, but we do have many working hands, as you can see. I think the best way at this point is by funding it, is by supporting it with money. Each meal costs about 10 shekels, which is roughly $2.5, $3, and any dollar helps, any shekel helps. So if anybody wants to join the effort, we'll put a link maybe in
Sure.
And then people can just donate from there.
הנחל השדות, אור הכרוב ואור הטרד עגבניה לכידון, אור הנחל מסחרר את אורח השעור הצלות, אור הטנק רתום לפרד, אור הסיירי הטור, אור הנחל מסחרר את אור ההאחזות. יקום חייל למשך זרע וחקלאי יקרא אל בול, יש נחל שיודע הרע לזרום כדי לתת יבול, כדי את יבול, זה פירושו של משק עזר, ככה ייכתב בדוח כל השקעה של צלום וגזר.
היא השקעה לזמן ארוך,
רק אל תעשה לברוך, אור הכרוב ואור הטלת עגבניה לכידון, אור הנחל מסחרר את אור החסה, אור הצלון, אור הטנק רתום לפרד, אור הסיירי התון, אור הנחל מסחרר את
אור ההאחזות.
לחצים עולים עמות במטח, קולט ודרוב כמו חייל, והתמצאות יפה בפתח, יוכיחו ארוכות מפל.
יוכיח הבצל, ראשי קרובים, אין רחש, אלפן, מגרש כנפן, שורות, עובר,
מלחש,
ההאחזות 5-5,
יוכיח החמש.
אור הכרוב ואור הטלת עגבניה לכידון, אור הנחל מסחרר את אור החסה, אור הצלון, אור הטנק רתום לפרד, אור הסיירי התון, אור הנחל מסחרר את אור ההאחזות.
החקלאי ביגע והוא המחיז עד לצבא, שאת הזן יש לשבח ולהיטיב בהרכבה.
להטיב את ההרכבה,
הוחלט ונלקחה שיבולת והרכיבו החרבות. תודה רבה לחרבות, חמרה חמרה מערבולת, יצא נחל